Hey, good morning, guys. Welcome to the Rusted Fabworks, and on today's episode, we're gonna be finishing up this Silverado. We finally got the camera back. Thank God it's working. It just looks like it has a brand new lens on it. It's so weird to me. There's Barry, the shop cat. She's right there chilling out, and we're gonna be finishing up this truck. So it's been a lot of rainy weather, and haven't really been able to come out here, but we're gonna get started on the truck. And so we're gonna drop the intro right now. Now I have to prime the oil, and I haven't been able to go get the stuff that I need. I used to have a primer specifically for this, but when we moved homes, I never brought it with me. I guess I don't know. I'm horrible at that. But I do have to connect the cam sensor switch on there with the old one, splice it, and then we're gonna start putting on the exhaust and basically bolting everything that goes with the motor, the pumps, and the power steering pump. That'll probably last right after we, of course, prime the oil. So yeah, so I'm gonna set you guys up somewhere where you guys can see, and yeah, we're gonna get started. All right, that took some time because my son wanted to ride the go-kart, and I had to set it up for him. So okay, and here it is. This is the one. So you see, you guys see how all the cables are exposed? We don't want that. And luckily, we're basically putting it back into the same harness. There we go. Now let me go get tape and cover these up. My mom's here, so probably gonna pause the video real quick. But yeah, we're just gonna tie all these up, and then right now, when do we do something else, I'll show you guys something else. But the next thing is most likely gonna be putting on the exhaust headers and the harmonic balancer, and I have a special tool for that, so I'll show you guys. Let's install the harmonic balancer, and if I remember correctly, we're gonna use the old one from the truck because it actually looked better than the one that came with the other one. Here we go. Here's it right there, and there's a special tool for that. So here's a special tool, and I'm gonna show you guys how to basically install this on there. You don't just whack these in, so let me show you. So these, the harmonic balancers, they don't just, you can't just put it in there and it goes all the way in. No, there's actually a bolt that goes in there, and we'll actually push it in. So now the assembly hasn't been rotated at all, so there's not a lot of pressure on these, but you also don't want it to spin because, like I said, I still have to pressurize the oil system, so I don't want it to spin just yet. And like I said, as long as this thing's going in there good, there isn't a lot of pressure needed to put the harmonic balancer back on there. And there we go. See, it's only a little bit needed more, but that will be able to push it in with the actual bolt. So you need that too. So let me go get the bolt for the harmonic balancer, and then I'm gonna get the exhaust, start putting the exhaust on there. Now we're gonna install all the little pieces like this wiring harness right here. Okay, so now I'm gonna put
build the dogs like a little house.
This. It's basically the AC compressor, where the AC compressor goes. So I'm gonna put it on there now. And now we're gonna put the exhaust. Here's the exhaust. There's a problem though. Now I've had this, it was an oil catch can back in the day, and I made it so that it would pressurize the oil system. I can't find it. Since I married my wife over 13 years ago, we have moved four times, I think now. And I used to have this, like I'm telling you, this whole thing where I would pressurize the oil system. I don't know where it's at. I looked all over the garage. I can't find it. I called my dad, maybe thinking, hey, maybe he used it or something. He wanted to use it. He said no, he has his own. So we're gonna go to Harbor Freight, buy all the buy all the stuff to make one. I'll show you guys how to make one, and then we're gonna pressurize the oil system and continue with putting the whole engine back together. So let me put the exhaust real quick, and then I'll see you guys in a bit. Okay, so one side is on. As you guys can see, the other side isn't on, and the reason for that is that you guys could actually see me do this side. Okay, so we're back. We were able to put the exhaust on there, the exhaust manifolds on there, both sides. Now we got to pressurize the oil system through this port right here. But the problem is I have been looking for the thing that I use to pressurize the oil system on LS engines, and I haven't been able to find it. So went to Homeless Depot real quick, got myself a little sprayer. We're gonna do it the cheap and easy way. I have from the old block, I have the little plug. We're gonna drill this out, and we're gonna put this burb fitting on there. So we're gonna get that going right now because I have to do this in order for me to finish the rest of the stuff. So let's get it going. Okay, so we're gonna drill this little part right here. We're gonna drill that out. As you guys can see, we have drilled straight through it. So now I'm gonna see if that barb fitting will fit on there just like that, which it shouldn't. Yeah, you see? So we're gonna make the top hole a little bit bigger. Now, for sure it'll fit. Nice. And now we're basically just gonna mash it in there and just thread it on there. So let me go get the right socket size for this. Okay, so we added some oil into the system, and then I put the barb fitting on there already with the connector that actually connects to the motor. And then let me show you guys. It's on all LS engines. It's right here. You just undo this bolt. Okay, so I already put the barb in there, the fitting, it's already in there. I put enough oil up here. It already came all the way down, and I just refilled it again with more oil, and I took off the valve cover on the driver's side, and I'm waiting for the oil to come out through here. Once some oil starts coming down, then I'll show you guys how that process looks. Give me 1 second. All right, guys, so I'm waiting on the customer. They got to bring me more oil so I can finish pressurizing the system. So before I do anything else, I have to pressurize the system. So I'm going to put basically everything on hold, but I'm going to start assembling all the front end of the truck, because once that oil is on there and everything, that's when the fluids start going in. I'll put the spark plug, I'll put the ignition cords on the top of on top of the valve covers, and then I'll be able to put the air intake and stuff and finish hooking everything up. But I feel like the biggest thing is going to be the front end, so I'm just going to start piecing it together. I'll probably put you guys on a time lapse so you guys can just watch a little bit, or I'll just update you guys when the whole thing is up there. Yeah, you know what, I'll just update you guys when the whole thing's up there. You guys saw the whole tear down, so I don't want to bother you guys with all the reassembly. So I'll get back with you guys when all that is put back together. Give me a second. All right, guys, it's a new day. I got a haircut. It's after Thanksgiving already. We have the parts that we need to start modifying that Mercedes-Benz, but we can't do that yet until we're done with this. And last time you guys saw the truck, it didn't have this, the front end. Well, we started piecing it together because, of course, like I said before, I didn't have the oil. Now we do. The adapter is right there. And all I have to do right now is get the pressurize the system and, you know, prime it. So I'm gonna go get my endoscope so I can see inside of the valve cover. Well, actually, I'll just take off the valve cover so you guys can see. So I'm gonna hook all that up, and then I'll start recording again once there's oil coming out of those orifices so I can show you guys. Give me a second. So we're gonna add about half of that gallon of oil in here. Okay, this is the oil that the customer brought me. And as you guys can see, we're right above the 1 gallon line. So once I pressurize this whole system and I start pouring it in there, and you know, some of the oil starts coming out or this starts going down, I'll show you guys. Before I start pressurizing the system, I'm gonna be putting oil into the oil filter. I'm putting the new oil filter in there as well. Whoever put it on there last, I'm gonna go put this oil filter and start pressurizing the system. Okay, so no oil yet, but I'm having to put the rest of that oil in there. As you guys can see, it already moved down quite a way, so we're gonna put the rest of it in there and wait for it to come up. But this is basically all of it. 6 quarts of oil is what this motor takes. So once this oil is in there, it's in there. There it is. Okay, so I went down there, I put all the bolts, all 3 bolts on the torque converter, and as I'm spinning, you know, you got to spin the motor to put on those bolts on the torque converter. Here we go. Oil out of all those little holes, and oil out of the other one, as you guys can see, through that hole. So yeah, we got oil. I'm gonna put the valve cover. I'm gonna put the valve cover back on there. Put the spark plugs on there, and then just start assembling the engine. Finish that up. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. We'll record whatever I can record. I'm trying to hurry up because I gotta go pick up the kids in a little bit from the bus stop. So give me a minute. Valve cover is back on. We're gonna start putting the front pulley that goes right here, the whole assembly, which is the power steering pump and the alternator. I'm pressurizing the system already so that all the oil can go back into the engine. So I'm doing that. I already put the the AC compressor is on there already, right there. Oh, it just farted. Here, let me pressurize the system again. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna put the power steering back on and the alternator. I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, big moment. Now we're gonna grab the intake manifold. All this tape has to come off. I got the intake right here. So I'm gonna take off the gaskets off of here. Okay, there we go. Gaskets in. This is mostly why I didn't want to put the front clip in first. Well, the intake's on there. I'm gonna start putting up all the bolts, and once I start doing more, I will start recording. Give me a second. Hey guys, it's a whole nother day. We got the smudge pot going over there in the back. I put a TikTok video about it. Let me just go show you guys. I gotta put more oil in it, but it's basically dying already. But that's why, look, it's at the end of whatever it was burning in there. All the oil, all the old diesel I put in there. It was like diesel mixed with gas. I had a client one time that they accidentally put gasoline in their diesel tank. But anyways, update on the truck. We basically have it all pieced together already. Everything's on there. The plastic that goes in front of the grill, that thing's broken. That thing's like disintegrated. So I got to tell the customer we need a new one. There's a couple more things that are needed. The serpentine belt is messed up. I just put it on there so I could try to turn it on. I haven't put the coolant into the system yet. What else haven't I done? Oh, this hose in the back, it broke. I don't know if you guys can see that. These always break all the time. It's right there. It's one of the heater hoses anyways. It's one of the heater hoses, and those things always break. But it's already all assembled, so we're gonna try it out. Oh, the battery doesn't work either. The original battery that the client had is not working. For whatever reason, it's just not working. That battery's messed up. So yeah, but it looks like everything is connected. So we're just gonna try it on. We're gonna try to turn it on real quick. So here we go. Let me put you. Guys somewhere where you guys can see. Here we go. First startup. Okay, so it starts up. The only thing is I gotta be holding the gas just a tad bit. I'm not sure. It could be that the gas is very old. It could be that the the computer needs to learn the new system. I don't know. So, but here we go. But look at this. None of the dash lights actually work. Hopefully you guys can see. All these lights should be turning on and off and all that. None of them actually turn on. That's without me pressing on the gas. And then it turns off. And now I'm going to press the gas. Watch. But the motor sounds great. That's the pick apart motor, guys, that we actually basically rebuilt for the client. The truck is running now. All I got to do is finish up some stuff, tell the customer some of the other things that are needed on the truck. But Kelly from The Office, that little meme that I posted in the beginning, you lying because the truck started in this video. So let me finish that. I gotta call the client, tell them a couple of things, and then yeah, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I greatly appreciate you guys. Oh, the truck, we have our truck. Oh, let me show you guys. So you know what, no, that's gonna be a whole nother video. I'll do that for a whole different video. But we have our truck already in the front. We're gonna start working on it. The kids cleaned it up inside of it, and we're gonna see what is needed so that we can be able to order all those parts. We need to be able to have that truck running in 2 weeks, so that's why I hurried up to finish this thing up, because we need that truck to go to a family vacation, a much needed family vacation. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace. The orifices.